Our story begins in the town of Gunaded, Pennsylvania, where a group of 5 friends, Armando, Samantha, Rich, Hayley, and Eddie, are planning on having a Halloween adventure. They had heard rumors about the town's most famous, or infamous landmark, the Kilemal Mansion.
Yo, this town has like a haunted mansion or something like that, right?
That's what the brochure says. The locals call it Tragedy Mansion. I looked up the history of the mansion, and it is pretty grim. Almost every owner has died in some bizarre or horrific manner. After the last incident, the police locked up the gates to the mansion so nobody can get in. Some have tried, but all have fled, citing unspeakable horrors and a fear of impending doom.
A cursed mansion, a full moon, my girl, and my buds. This Halloween is gonna be lit, son.
Are we almost there? I'm starting to get a leg cramp.
The GPS says it'll be about 10 more minutes before we reach the Gunaded Inn.
Thank God. It's been an arduous trip.
Welcome to the Gunaded Inn. Checking in?
Yes, reservation D, 404D.
Thank you. Your identification, please?
Here you go.
So, what can you tell us about the famous Kilemal Mansion?
Intrigued by the town mystery, are you? It's popular with paranormal enthusiasts because of how the owners had a habit of dying in the most unusual ways. Those that didn't die reported strange occurrences. Voices from the walls, ghost sightings, indescribable noises that seemed to have no origin point. You get the idea. Sometimes people try to break into the Tragedy Mansion, only to turn themselves into the police, after claims of experiencing absolute terror on the grounds. The police locked up the entrance to Tragedy Mansion after the last tragedy 20 years ago.
What happened 20 years ago?
A cult mass suicide happened. The cult leader, Suicidal, claimed he heard voices from the house, giving him instructions and granting him promises of wealth and prosperity. 10 people died in all, in rather disturbing manners. Well, your rooms are ready. Rooms 66 and 67 on the 2nd floor.
Yo, Armando! You were right about the mansion. How did the people die, anyway?
According to Wiki, 4 were poisoned, 3 were dismembered, 2 were frozen, and the cult leader leapt off the roof. Yikes.
Gross. Anyway, I'm going to use the shower.
Yo, I just got the craziest idea. We should totally check out the mansion and try to see if any of those horrors are real.
Did you not hear the front desk lady tell you that place is locked up by the police? It's called Tragedy Mansion for a reason.
Come on, bro. It's Halloween. What better time to explore?
Yeah, and end up like those teens that tried to explore an abandoned ship a few years ago? I don't think so.
That's an urban legend, Eddie. Plus, if we go, only Rich is gonna look around. We can just wait for him by the gate.
Yeah! Hey, wait! I can't be the only one bold enough to want to do this. Tell you what, if you guys do this with me, I'll pay for all the booze this weekend. Deal?
Works for me.
Whatever.
Sure.
I mean, if you're buying.
Yeah, buddy. Let's do this.
The group left the inn and headed for the mansion, which was bathed in an ominous glow thanks to the full moon.
Doesn't it seem kind of odd that there aren't any other cars here on Halloween?
Good point, Eddie. I would have expected this place to be full of people taking selfies, but it's quiet. Almost too quiet.
Rich stopped the car in front of the gate and left the car's lights running, as the road was otherwise dark.
Yo, you won't believe this. Well, that's keeping this gate closed is a simple padlock.
None of us are locksmiths, nor do we have any bolt cutters, so how exactly are we getting in, hotshot?
Huh, the gate pillars look like they could be scaled relatively easily. Hey Rich, give me a boost.
Sure thing, buddy.
With Rich's help, Armando easily cleared the pillar. Samantha followed, then Hayley.
You're really going through with this.
Yeah, man. Don't chicken out now, bro. Think of all the booze we're going to have.
Fine, give me a boost.
Eddie cleared the post. Then, Rich managed his way over. Once on the other side, Rich was temporarily blinded by 2 lights flashing in his eyes.
What the?
Oh, sorry about that, man. I forget how bright my phone's flashlight is.
It's all good, bro.
As the 5 began to walk towards the mansion's front door, they noticed the grass was surprisingly well kept, and all the shrubbery was shaped into perfect rectangles. I'm getting an Edward Scissorhands vibe all of a sudden.
I feel it too.
Can we just hurry it up already? This place is giving me the creeps.
What's wrong, babe? Scared something might go bump in the night?
As he said that, Rich tickled Hayley's low back, causing her to jump.
Ah! Damn it, Rich, not funny!
Lighten up, babe. It's Halloween. We'll be out of here shortly.
Continuing on, the group passed several gargoyle statues leading up to the door. Rich tried opening the door, but it was locked.
So, now what?
Try using the door knocker?
Like that'll work.
Rich used the creepy door knocker and knocked 5 times.
I knew it wouldn't work.
Hey,
He said, stretching his arm out to rest against the door.
I had to try.
As he said that, the door opened, causing Rich to stumble and fall inside the mansion.
I'm okay! Oh, shit! I'm inside the mansion! Come on, let's check it out!
The others followed, illuminating the way with their phones as flashlights. Eddie, being the last one to go in, looked back at the courtyard and the statues.
Did any of you just see that statue move?
Dude, what are you talking about? Statues can't move.
Man, I know what the fuck I saw. Y'all can keep exploring. I'm gonna go back to the hotel.
You hear that? Sounds like a chicken.
Don't worry about him, Rich. He's never liked spooky stuff anyway. Eddie, we'll catch up with you at the hotel. See you later.
As Eddie left, the remaining 4 looked around the foyer they were in. There were 2 closed doors, one on the left side of the room and one on the right side. Further back was a large staircase that led to the upper floors of the mansion. Nearby them were some small tables and lamps that were covered in dust and cobwebs. As they looked around, the front door creaked and slammed shut, leaving them in the dark, their phone flashlights being the only source of illumination.
Yo, this is so exciting! Where do we even begin? I know. That door.
He said, pointing at the door on the right. The quartet headed to the door and Rich attempted to open it. The door opened to reveal a large dining room. The table was set, complete with plates and silverware. Samantha walked up to the table and started inspecting the setup.
Sam, what are you doing?
Weird. All the plates and silverware are in pristine condition. No dust, no fingerprints, nothing. I wonder what happened.
Ugh.
Hayley, are you okay?
I just got really cold all of a sudden.
Rich, who was looking at other plates, walked over to Hayley.
Here, babe. You can wear my Whoa. This spot is cold.
He said, noticing how the air around where Hayley was standing suddenly became frigid. Rich and Hayley moved away and noticed they felt a lot warmer. Armando walked over to where Rich and Hayley were both standing to see if he could feel the cold. Okay, now that is weird. There aren't any open windows, and there's no electricity, so it's not the AC.
Can we just move on?
They all agreed and went not back into the foyer, but opened the door in the back of the dining room. This led to the kitchen, A smell of rotting meat permeated the air.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, where is that smell coming from? Armando and Samantha looked around for the source of the smell, while Rich comforted Hayley.
I'm not finding anything that could be causing the smell. The trash is empty. The oven is empty. The pots on the stove are empty. Any luck, Armando?
Well, there's nothing in the cabinets or any of the drawers. The only thing left to check is the fridge and freezer.
You didn't think to check there first?
I don't see you checking anything.
Well, I'm not the one disturbing the artifacts of the dead.
Are you going to keep complaining? Or are you going to actually do something? All you've done so far is be a total bitch.
Ladies, please.
You stay out of this, chump. This whole exploration was your harebrained idea. As for you, Sam, don't think I haven't noticed your eyes during this trip. I see how you look at Rich. You're jealous.
What? No,
Both of you stop it! Something weird is going on. So let's try to find out what it is and get out of here. Armando, did you find anything?
The fridge is empty, except for some empty beer bottles and a sealed bottle of whiskey. In fact, I don't even smell the rotting meat anymore. The others sniffed the air and noticed that the smell of rotting meat had dissipated, leaving only the normal musk of the mansion. The kitchen's lights flickered on, providing weak illumination.
This is weird.
At least we have some light now. Hey, Armando, can I have some of that whiskey?
You want to get drunk here?
Not drunk. God, no. Not in this place. I just want enough to calm my nerves.
Let me have some first.
What? Why?
To make sure it's not tainted. You know how our parents checked our candy every year to make sure it wasn't messed with? Same thing.
Fine, whatever.
Armando handed the bottle over to Rich, who struggled a bit before opening the bottle. He took a swig straight from the bottle.
Whew! Strong, but smooth.
Hayley took the bottle from Rich and took a swig of whiskey.
That should do it. Anyone else?
Armando and Samantha both declined, as did Rich.
Oh. I don't feel so good, you guys.
Hayley?
Hayley kept coughing and made her way to the kitchen sink. She kept coughing and eventually began spitting up blood.
Hayley? Oh God! You're spitting up blood! We need to get out of here and get you to a hospital. Babe? I'm sorry for dragging you into this. Let's go.
Rich.
Hayley? Hayley!
Hayley went limp in Rich's arms. Rich set Hayley down on the floor and checked her pulse and breathing.
Sam? Armando? Do either of you know CPR? I don't feel a pulse and she's not breathing.
What?
It's 30 chest compressions, followed by 2 rescue breaths, if I remember correctly.
Thanks. I'll try that.
Rich began the chest compressions, hoping for a response. After the 30th compression, he went for the rescue breath. When Rich opened Hayley's mouth to perform the breath, he was hit by a noxious odor, which caused him to cough and gag. He tried again, and when he opened Hayley's mouth, another noxious blast hit his face, causing Rich to dry heave.
I can't do it. Every time I try to give her a rescue breath, this odor just... Ugh.
Let me try. Armando started with 30 chest compressions, then went for the rescue breath. When he opened Hayley's mouth, he too was hit with the revolting odor. He tried a second time, just like Rich, but the odor from Hayley's mouth made him dry heave as well. I'm sorry, Rich. I can't do it either.
Does that mean she's...
God damn it! This is all my fault!
Rich, now's not the time to beat yourself up. We need to figure out what to do with Hayley's body.
Yeah, we can't just leave her on the floor. We can bury her outside in the backyard.
You wouldn't happen to have a shovel in your back pocket, would you?
Armando opened his mouth to say something, but realized he had nothing to say at this point. The silence didn't last long, as the lights flickered a bit before fading out, encasing the kitchen in darkness.
Oh, for fuck's sake! What else could... Hey! Ow!
Sorry, Rich. Didn't mean to bump into you. Just trying to find my phone. A bright light beamed on Rich and Armando, temporarily blinding them.
Guys? Where's Hayley?
What do you mean? She's right the... What the fuck? The trio searched the kitchen, but could not find Hayley's body anywhere. There was a trail of blood on the floor that led to the door back to the dining room. In front of the door was a severed hand.
That's Hayley's hand. It still has the ring I got for her when she turned 21. Where the fuck is the rest of her body, though?
I'm officially freaked the fuck out.
Let's just get the hell out of here and report what happened to the police.
Fuck that. I want to burn this place to the ground.
I don't blame you, Rich.
Before anyone goes committing acts of arson, we should probably follow the trail of blood and recover Hayley's body.
Ugh. Fair enough. Let's go.
Armando opened the door back into the dining room. Only this time, things were a bit different. The dining room chairs were a different style. The chandelier was dimly lit, and the table was void of any plates or utensils. One of the chairs was facing the door to the kitchen, and in it sat a stone gargoyle statue with a necklace in its mouth.
The fuck?
Where did this gargoyle come from? And why does this room look different than before?
Is that blood around its mouth?
That's Hayley's necklace in its mouth. But how? It's not even alive. It's an ugly fucking stone statue.
Rich took Hayley's necklace out of the gargoyle's mouth with ease and took a step back. As soon as he did so, the lights went out. An otherworldly howl shriek filled the room. The lights flickered back on, but the gargoyle was nowhere in sight. There was no blood trail anywhere either. Rich, Sam, let's get the fuck out of here. The trio quickly made their way to the other end of the unexpectedly remodeled dining room. Armando opened the door to the foyer, and out they went. What the? They were back in the foyer, but were behind the staircase, which was in front of them when they first entered. Like the dining room, the whole house was now dimly lit.
How did we end up in the back when we entered from the front?
Yo, fuck this place.
In his anger, Rich knocked a vase off a nearby shelf, as well as a lamp off of another.
Fuck you, fuck this house, fuck the tragedy, the undead spirits, whatever. Ugh!
Rich began to hurry towards the front door of the house, knocking over anything in his path. Armando and Samantha followed suit. As Rich got around the staircase, he noticed the hall leading to the front door had tall statues that he hadn't seen before. Or maybe they were there and he didn't notice them because he fell on his ass in the dark and he was too embarrassed to pay attention. Rich shook his head to clear his mind and he stopped. Armando and Samantha caught up with him just before the hall with statues.
These statues weren't here before. Were they?
With the seeming bend of reality we're experiencing, does it really matter? Let's just get out of here. Armando burst into a mad dash, heading for the front door. Rich charged at Armando, while Samantha was temporarily stunned by Armando's actions. Rich and Armando had just cleared the first statue set when both pieces of heavy limestone collapsed, blocking off Samantha from them. Samantha!
Armando! I can't climb over this!
Rich, man, we've got to do something. Samantha's trapped on the other side of this mess. Maybe give me a boost and I'll see if I can reach her?
Fuck, man. The exit is right there. We can just make a break for it, then you can hold open the front door and I'll go get help.
That's fucking insane and you know it.
It's just... Fuck, dude. Nothing is making sense right now. I'm hoping that this is just a bad dream.
We can worry about that later, Rich. Right now, Samantha is trapped on the other side of this statue and we have to help her. Give me a boost.
Alright.
Rich gave Armando a boost so he could climb on top of the fallen statue. As soon as Armando was boosted, Rich started backing away. Whew. Alright. Just a little more. Whew. Almost there. Hey, Rich! Armando turned his head to look behind him and saw that Rich was running towards the door. Rich, what the fuck are you doing? Rich did not answer, but kept running. As he ran, two of the statues began to tremble. Rich was so blinded by emotion that he didn't even notice until it was too late, and the limestone statues were falling on him.
Ah!
The impact of the two stone statues falling caused a tremor that made Armando lose his grip and fall to the floor. Fuck! Rich! Samantha!
What happened?
Rich, he got crushed by two statues. He's...
Oh God. Are you okay?
Think I twisted my ankle falling off the statue. Ugh. I'll be okay.
Armando, I'm going to try to find some rope or something of the sort. Stay where you are.
Might be broken. Samantha? But Samantha did not respond. Armando, though still in pain, rolled onto his right side. When he did, his gaze met that of the same stone gargoyle that was sitting in the dining room chair just a few minutes ago. What? At that moment, the gargoyle's eyes emitted a demonic crimson glow. The fuck? Samantha began searching the rear of the mansion for anything that could help her escape. All the windows were sealed tightly and would not open no matter how much she tried. After finding nothing of value, nor anything sturdy enough to shatter a window, Samantha became desperate. She walked to the door Rich, and Armando came through and opened it. She was now in the laundry room, which was as dimly lit as all the other rooms so far. Unfortunately, there was nothing in the laundry room that would have seemed useful. Samantha went through the door again and found herself behind the staircase again. Everything was exactly the same as she left it. All the damage Rich caused was still there.
Stay focused, Sam. Stay focused. Maybe one of the upstairs rooms will have something. Hey, Armando!
Armando did not respond. This made Samantha nervous, and she ran up the stairs and to the left, then left again. She ran as far as the balcony would let her. She could see the fallen statues, but not Armando, as she was too far away. Not willing to give up, Samantha opened the door to what she hoped would be a bedroom. It was in fact a bedroom. It was a beautifully ornate bedroom in a Victorian upper-class style. The room was dimly lit, much like other parts of the house. Samantha took a few steps into the room and immediately felt cold, similar to how Hayley felt a cold spot in the first dining room.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Samantha ran towards the draped bed, and as she did, the cold sensation disappeared. Her heart racing, Samantha grabbed one of the drapes and slowly peeled it back. Right as Samantha began to peek her head past the drape, the lights went out. Samantha took a step back, dropped the drape, and took her phone out. Her phone's battery was too low to use the flashlight, so she had to rely on the screen's limited brightness. Samantha walked back to the bed, peeled the drape back, and peered in. The bed was empty. Samantha breathed a sigh of relief.
I could lay down for a quick nap.
Samantha shook her head, attempting to alleviate the encroaching drowsiness.
Focus, Sam. Focus.
Samantha searched the room further, discovering what appeared to be an antique kerosene lamp with oil still in it and a box of matches.
Here goes nothing.
Samantha lit the match, then the lamp, and adjusted the flame. She turned around and saw on the bed there was a gargoyle statue staring at her. It was the same gargoyle that was in the dining room from earlier.
What the hell?
Suddenly, the air was filled with the sound of disembodied child laughter. A panicked Samantha ran for the door carefully, as she didn't want to risk dropping the lamp. She exited the bedroom and found herself back on the second floor balcony from earlier. Samantha crossed the stairs and started to go to the right side, but stopped when she felt another cold spot. She backed up a few steps and went down the stairs to the main floor. The stairs continued down, presumably into the basement. Samantha gathered her courage and went downstairs and opened the door to the basement. This room was also dark, only being lit by Samantha's lamp. Several types of hooks and knives, cutting utensils, as well as hammers and power tools were immediately visible. A pungent odor seemed to emanate from the far side of the room. A shovel was hanging on the wall, which Samantha grabbed just to be safe. She kept moving forward towards the odor. As she got closer, the odor turned into a full-fledged stench. Coughing into her sleeve, Samantha slowly raised her arm with the lantern. She saw a body with no head, arms cut off at the elbow, and legs cut off at the knee. As she lowered her arm, she saw what looked like a surgical table, with the body's arms and legs hanging off. The head wasn't readily visible.
Just turn back, Samantha. No need to keep going.
Samantha's curiosity was too great, and she walked towards the table. As she did, the body's head became visible. Armando. Samantha turned away from the table and started heading back to the doorway leading to the stairs. She opened the door and went up the stairs. At the top of the stairs was another door. Samantha opened this door and found herself back in the original dining room. The chairs, however, were all knocked over, except for the one with its back to Samantha. Samantha carefully approached the chair, shovel in hand, ready to strike. She walked around to look at the chair and saw nothing. As she lowered her arms, the lights turned on again, this time brighter than before. Samantha put her lamp on the floor, gripped her shovel with two hands, and turned around. About 10 paces away from her was the gargoyle statue she saw in the bedroom. Samantha slowly approached the statue, holding her shovel like a spear. She poked the statue a few times with the shovel tip. Samantha took a step back and felt another cold spot. While she was shivering, she heard a hissing from behind her. She turned around, shovel extended, hoping to smack whatever made that spine-tingling noise. Her shovel didn't hit anything, and she kept rotating until she made a full 360-degree turn. This time, however, the gargoyle was nowhere to be seen. Terrified and confused, Samantha ran for the door at the far end of the dining room. She was in the main foyer, with a large staircase to her left and the entry corridor to the right. The statues that had previously fallen were in their original, upright positions. Samantha turned to the right, heading towards the front door in hopes of escaping, but the gargoyle statue was in front of the door, blocking her exit. She ran towards the gargoyle, arms raised and ready to strike the statue with her shovel. As she got within striking range, the gargoyle's eyes glowed a piercing crimson, and a deafening, inhuman shriek filled the air. This caused Samantha to drop to her knees and cover her ears with her hands. The shriek subsided, allowing Samantha to uncover her ears and look up. The gargoyle statue was now approximately 8 paces away from her. She reached for the shovel, and as she did so, there was another deafening shriek. Again, Samantha covered her ears. When the shriek subsided, Samantha looked up again. The gargoyle was now 4 paces away from her. She got on her feet and started backing away. She then turned around and ran up the stairs. As she did, the walkway to the left side of the house crumbled, forcing her to turn right, where she came face to face with the gargoyle statue.
What do you want? We're sorry for disturbing your home, okay? Just please, let me go.
Halloween horror. 4 found dead outside Kilemal Mansion. I told those fools not to mess around with a place known as Tragedy Mansion, but did they listen? No.
As Eddie put the newspaper down, he saw the stone gargoyle at the edge of his bed.
Come here, Lucius.
The gargoyle walked over towards Eddie and sat down on the floor next to him.
Who's a good gargoyle?
He said, petting the statue.
You're a good gargoyle. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Papa is proud of you. Papa's so proud of you.